I'm Tim.
I'm Andrea, and we're the Williams family. And we're expecting. Well, sort of.
I'm not the baby's daddy.
Surrogacy, for those of you who do not know, is a process where I am actually something called a gestational carrier. So I am carrying a baby that is not genetically or legally related to me. So I think that's the biggest thing or biggest misconception about surrogacy, is everyone thinks that we are giving our own baby away. The baby that I'm carrying is 100% related to its parents and not related to Tim and I at all.
Well, I have type 1 diabetes and I'm a little bit older. So I wasn't really comfortable doing IVF and carrying a child myself. So kind of our other options were adoption or potentially surrogacy. And since I should say we went to a reproductive endocrinologist, and although I am over 40, everything was working great. So they said I would have a very good chance of harvesting enough eggs and potentially creating some good embryos, and we could potentially look into surrogacy.
Excuse me, Mommy.
Everybody keep your hands to yourself.
Mommy, what do you have that stuff on the belly?
The little jelly stuff helps her tool to be able to see inside my belly better.
Oh, wait, how do you take it off?
She'll just wipe it off with a cloth.
It's hard. So the biggest thing that I wanted for the kids to know is that yes, mommy's having a baby, but it's not your baby brother or sister, right? So that is the whole message that I was trying to convey, because obviously mommy's belly is getting bigger. They all kind of know what it means to be pregnant, or, things like that, even though they haven't experienced me being pregnant with one of their siblings or weren't old enough to remember. They still know those concepts. So the biggest thing I just wanted to make sure they knew is that I was having a baby, but it's not our baby. Like, we don't get to keep it. We don't get to, take it home. We don't get to name it. We don't get to do any of that. So that was the biggest thing that we really wanted to message, that we wanted to get across to the kids.
And I think sometimes I know, especially the twins, our youngest, they sometimes say, oh, when's the baby coming? And we have to kind of reel them in and make them realize that, it's not technically our baby.
So some questions I wasn't ready for, okay, from the kid's mouth, right? And I had been researching this. I'm such a planner. I had been studying how to explain to the kids, what to tell them, how do I, simplify the process in order for them to understand. Of course, IVF is a lot easier to explain than normal conception. So it's easy, right? Mommy went to the doctor put the baby in my belly, and now I'm pregnant, and it's not my baby. So that part is easy. What I wasn't ready for, Timothy, he's like, but how did they put the baby in there?
Oh yeah, he wanted to know
but how? Yeah, he's
how did it happen?
It's not like magic or something. Like, how did the doctor get the baby in there? And so that I was not ready for.
It's funny too about how about the teachers when they talk to the kids? Right?
Oh God.
That's something different in itself too when that process happens.
You get the note home, or the email or the phone call from Kaylee's teacher we got. I just want to let you know that, little Kaylee, or whoever it was, this particular time it was Kaylee. Kaylee has told the class that, you're pregnant, but it's not your baby, you know, kind of thing. So it becomes like recess discussions and topics.
So I think the teachers kind of want to get involved because I'm assuming when they first hear it, they don't quite understand it as well. So that's why they send the note home. So imagine like a 6 or 7 year old just letting the whole class know that mommy's having a baby, but it's not her baby. So I'm sure the little minds are going crazy.
Heightened states of emergency across the nation as the number of coronavirus cases soars above 3,000. Tonight, elected officials taking unprecedented measures to keep people safe.
We recognize around the rest of the world that we need to meet this moment head on.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio closing all New York City public schools, affecting more than 1 million students starting tomorrow. And more than 40,000 residents in Teaneck, New Jersey ordered to self-quarantine. During this public health crisis, major retailers are also going dark. Bars and restaurants could be next in New York City.
Every option is on the table. This is a crisis that will be with us, first of all, I believe, at least 6 months.
I don't think it's made me more nervous. It's complicated things. But at least when it comes to the pandemic, it's kind of, we're all in the same boat. And I figured we'd find a way through, just like everybody else will find a way through. You know, given our circumstances, we'll do what we need to get through, and you know, and we'll just do what we need to do. We'll just do it. So I don't think it really added much. It just made it more complicated. You know, like for example, our hospital procedures that are upcoming. Initially, we didn't know what it meant. We knew it would mean something, but we didn't know. And then we get word a few months ago about what we thought it would be, that neither one of us would be allowed in the hospital. And then it became Lisa's allowed in the hospital. And even right now, we're not certain what's going to happen.
With COVID and the changes that have happened, it's kind of up in the air as far as what's going to happen once she goes into labor and who's going to be allowed in. I am nervous. Right now, she's only allowed one support person in. So she has to choose between her husband and me, and we decided it's going to be Tim, or her husband. Tim's her husband. And I mean, we just kind of have to see what's going to happen when we get to the hospital. They may make an exception for special circumstances, because I don't think this happens every day.
Hello? Hey there. Hey. Sorry, my blood pressure thing is going off as soon as I pick up the phone. Dr. Street just left. She checked me and broke my water.
Okay.
Still not really doing much. So hopefully her breaking my water will move things ahead. She said she's gonna give it about 2 to 3 hours. I guess once she finishes her office hours or whatever, she'll come back and check. So I think we're still waiting.
All right.
We got kind of a late start with the delay last night, so hopefully we'll start moving a little bit sooner. I did get an epidural.
Okay, I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, I wanted to get it before, I think I told you before she started messing around again. So I'm feeling fine.
You know, so we missed out a little bit on having the parents in the delivery room, and you know, that I think was kind of hard for me.
Yeah,
especially.
you took that pretty hard.
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Can I still blame the hormones? You know, like, I feel like the biggest, you know, joy is seeing their parents' face when their baby's born, and them not being able to experience that. You know, I kind of took it hard. So yeah, that was a little different.
If you want to wait until you get a little more information before you head over, I mean, you're literally right down the street, so I can't imagine that it's going to take, you know, I'd rather you be waiting and comfortable than sitting in a parking garage.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, I don't, whatever you think is best.
Of course they didn't care. They just want the baby, right?
Yeah.
This is, you know, technology, Corona edition of, you know, in the labor.
Andrea was, you know, in labor and delivery, and things were not moving that fast. So we were at home kind of on hold. So Lisa and Andrea got on a FaceTime call, and they stayed on Zoom. It was Zoom for a couple of hours. And meanwhile, I was in the other room working, but they were just kind of spending time together.
Waiting for the doctor. She was supposed to come around 4, and then 4:30 rolled around, and she was just running late. And then she got there, and we were saying, Andrea was thinking, I haven't progressed yet. And I'm like, yeah, no, we're joking around about how she still probably wasn't ready to go. And the doctor came in and she checked her and said, oh, come to the hospital now, baby, you're ready, you're full, fully dilated. And I was like, we gotta go. And I'm holding the phone on the Zoom call. We had thrown all our bags in the car, and we drove to the hospital. And
meanwhile, the Zoom call is still going on the whole
Yes.
way to the hospital.
The whole time she's in active labor.
Yeah, I think the biggest part was, like, even in deciding to do a second journey was, you know, whether or not it would live up, you know, to our first one, which was amazing and great. And almost like out of fear, you know, we were cautious about doing it again because could we get so lucky to have something so amazing twice, you know? And it definitely did. I mean, Lisa and Brian are amazing. And I can't think of, you know, anyone more deserving to kind of have that family. So it has been a wonderful journey.
Lisa, can we hear you?
I don't know if we can hear her.
We were getting our stuff out of the trunk, and I had my earbuds in, but I could hear screaming and crying. So I knew the baby had come out. And in the chaos, I had somehow muted myself. So they were asking me a couple of questions, and I hear her mom and her sister on the call, and her sister says, Lisa, you're on mute. It was exciting, but as they all say, there was no sleep to be had. She seemed like she was doing great. I mean, it was different. It was a lot of emotions for me anyway. I don't know how you were feeling.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it was the good and the bad. There was the good. Here we have baby Isla. You know, it was much more, amazing than I thought it would be. You know, like I I didn't really know what to expect. I have no experience with kids, and it was just amazing having her and seeing her. That's us right there in that baby.
Yeah.
And then there's the bad, the things that I wasn't prepared for. It was, you know, what it's like being in a hospital with a baby, all the interruptions and not being able to get a minute of sleep because she doesn't sleep at night. You know, didn't expect that. You know? And then during the day when she is sleeping, you still can't get any sleep because somebody's always coming in the room, waking you up for this or that and the other thing. I don't know how much of that was, you know, our hospital or if it's just universal. That's just what it's like when you have a baby in the hospital those first couple of days. You know, I don't have any frame of reference.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know. So.
She does have hair. Who was it that asked what color her hair was going to be? Yep, she did.
Good choice on the outfit. Super cute.
You want that, or are you gonna have a meltdown?
Yeah, so we knew that we'd like to get together one last time. We did last journey too, you know, just like
closure almost, maybe.
Yeah, just like a little bit of closure for everybody. It's not anything that's mandatory. You know, it's comfortability of the parents too and how they feel. But we knew that we have been talking about it for a couple weeks, and Lisa's been in town for a few weeks, so, you know, kind of talking about our plan for afterwards. And it was nice, you know, to be able to have them come over and have the kids, especially this time, the kids were older, so they kind of knew what was going on. And, you know, now they know that the baby's not in my tummy anymore, you know, being able to see the baby, that it's actually a real baby, you know, like, so that was nice.
If you can hear the crying, that's you. All of it was worth it. All the work was worth it. And we are very appreciative of everyone who has helped us along the way.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I would emphasize is we didn't do this alone. We had help at the beginning, support, financial and otherwise. And then once we, you know, got to the point where we needed a gestational carrier, we ended up with an amazing gestational carrier. She's a hero in a fashion. And Andrea's been more than just our carrier. She's been our teacher. You know, she's taught us so much. And we couldn't have asked for a better experience. And thanks to these people, Isla is now with us, and we're going to try to take it from here, although those people are not done.
So spend a little time with you guys before you head out.
You guys got a journey before you get back home, so.
Say goodbye.
Yes. Yes.
I'll keep you posted on our journey back.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, congratulations, no problem.
If you want videos of hiccups, we can probably make some of that.
And I also don't really think it's goodbye. I mean, we've obviously...
I think we built a relationship.
And kind of organically over this process, we're talking about like it's been 1.5 years, wow, since we've started this journey, you know, that we were introduced to Lisa and Brian through another friend. Throughout this process, we've kind of developed, you know, a certain relationship or friendship where I don't think it's goodbye. I mean, I'm not expecting to be godparents or get invited to the christening or anything like that. But I know that we'll see pictures and we'll communicate via text or calls, you know. Of course, they're always welcome in Atlanta if they come to Atlanta, you know, kind of thing. So I don't think it's goodbye. And I think that makes it a little bit easier, I guess.
Yeah. Proud of my beautiful wife, or amazing wife, for being able to do this 2 times for other families and put herself on the line. So it's very inspirational. So you're just amazing.
Thank you. So.